Namaste, Kiran ji.
नमस्ते भैया।
Namaste. Didi, I will briefly introduce you and then you can place your sharing within 20 minutes. Fine. So, Dr. Kiran Deep, Didi is a professor of English with 25 years of teaching experience, and she's presently working at a government college, government girls' college in Sri Ganganagar in Rajasthan. She was introduced to UHP by her friend Shashi Sharma Didi. She attended the UHP introductory in August 2024, and then further, but that was should complete. Then further, she attended the workshop in December 2024, connected to the morning sessions from the 11th batch, and then she continued till the 13th batch. And she is also volunteering in video editing of the morning session sharing and calling. She is part of the calling team. She's also volunteering for the forthcoming international conference. I welcome Kiran Deep Didi for her sharing in the morning session. Didi, over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you भैया।
Ji.
Am I audible?
Yeah, Didi, you are audible. Please carry on.
नमस्ते भैया, नमस्ते गोपाल भैया, शर्मिला दीदी, and namaste to all co-explorers. I Kiran Deep, as Bhaiya had just introduced from Rajasthan, I came into close communion with UHV in December 2024. And as far as my family is concerned, my husband and my son are there. Both of us, me and my husband, share the same profession. We are teaching, physiotherapist. As far as UHV is concerned, dear all, I stand before you today just like a toddler, I would like to call myself, who had just learned to take a few steps, wobbling sometimes, falling, but full of excitement. These two exercises have been like two exercises, and the morning session and our mentors have been like holding the hands of a caring elder for me, guiding me to explore myself. I'm still learning to balance, still finding my rhythm, and sometimes I take a step in the right direction, sometimes I fall back into the old habits. But just like a child, I'm curious, I'm eager, and I find joy in every step, every small step I take forward. Before I begin, I would like to share something which for me serves as a direct evidence of my understanding through these two exercises. Before coming for the morning sessions, I often found it difficult to share my real thoughts and feelings openly. And this hesitation came from a deep seated fear of being rejected or of being misunderstood. And even just 2 days ago, I almost decided not to do this sharing at all. Not because I wanted to quit the journey, but because I wanted to avoid this moment of speaking. My mind, speaking my mind, as when I know that still a lot of work is to be done. But something in me has really shifted thanks to the conditioning and reflection from UHV content and our mentors. I choose to be here today and speak openly. For me, this small decision is big evidence that change has begun, and that I'm no longer just thinking about living differently, but living with what is naturally accepted to me, and I'm actually beginning to do it. Earlier, one more thing I just want to make clear that when Dr. Sashi Sharma told me about UHB, I used to think that living in such a state of self exploration is just an utopian idea, something too perfect to be real. But now I have begun to actually enjoy this inner dialogue uh, with myself. Uh, so this is what I want to say about that how there is a change in understanding after getting into these exercises. As far as the step wise my observations regarding these exercises are concerned, I would like to begin that the step one. At first, it sounded easy, that just notice what is going on in your imagination, that we were used to um, explained by Gopal Bhaiya in our morning sessions. But when I actually tried, I found that there is something much more interesting every day. For sometimes, like a pure observer, as Gopal Bhaiya facilitated throughout the morning session, just like a pure observer, I can quietly watch my desire, thoughts, and feelings pass by, almost like the leaves of the trees which move with the breeze in my lawn, just like the clouds in the sky. But this doesn't happen all the time. Many times I get trapped in evaluating and judging them. In this right, is this wrong, should I feel this way? uh, these I start many a times I start evaluating. I see myself going into old habits, deep rooted sanskars, preconditionings about my workplace, my relationships, my expectations. And I can see that this evaluation brings me closer to assumptions rather than right understanding, which can lead me to the natural happiness. And when I move to step two, asking myself, is the feeling I have right now is naturally acceptable to me? I can clearly see that when the feelings rise on the basis of right understanding, the answer is yes. I'm calm, at ease, and without any inner conflict, without any anger, without any irritation, without any resentment. But when my feelings are driven by any assumption or bias, there is restlessness inside, there is disharmony. So in these assumption based moments, in the step 3, I can notice that I'm not happy within, there is disharmony. And I can see that I tend to under evaluate or over evaluate the person in front of me, and that creates distance and tension in the relationship. um, so, as far as the step 4 is concerned, now I am able to see that I, the self, am the only deciding agent, which, whatever goes on in my imagination. And thanks to UHV content and UHV mentors, that I can also see the difference when I decide to react on the basis of assumption and disharmony. And I can see that disharmony is the result. And when I decide based on right understanding, harmony naturally follows. um, as far as the steps 5, 6, and 7 are concerned, these are quite challenging for me. Many a times I realized only after that a particular moment has passed, and then I realized that whether I have been operating from the right understanding or assumption, some preconditioning has been working behind the scene, and many a time I find that myself reacting first and reflecting later. So uh, I find these the step 5 quite challenging, and the same is with this step 6 too. But still I can see that the feelings of relationship, harmony, and coexistence are naturally acceptable to me. But the problem is that, but often I realize this only after I have already reacted in the situation. I'm trying to change, and still so many explode more, and the things are getting into getting in tune by and by. Um, when we talk about the step 7, uh, this change which I am talking about, that's some small changes are taking into scene, that there have been tiny glimpses where I have been able to align my feelings with the relationship and harmony in the moment. And those moments felt so alive that once in a morning session I shared one such experience, uh, based on my interaction with my husband. And at that time, I called those experiences as something magical. And then Gopal Bhaiya corrected me that what I call magical is actually that is natural, and we human beings are in the habit of calling the natural magical. And Now I would like to share that these glimpses encourage me to keep practicing so that the harmony which is now in glimpses can become my constant and consistent state. Uh, Coming to the exercise 2, uh, um, I can see that self exists, my body also exists, two are distinct realities. And I can see that the body is the tool and the self has the control, self has the ownership. This is to, but the problem is, the challenge is for me that this is too very, very much clear to me in thought, but still many times I fail to maintain this realization in practice. This is where I need to work more. In step one, I can see how we communicate with the body uh, as and when needed, whether it is moving, speaking, listening, cooking, or writing. But men, sometimes what happens that I feel, or I see that this process becomes so automatic that sometimes I forget that I am the one who is instructing the body. Um, I do have this awareness that self is one who decides what instructions to pass to the body, and self is the one who reads the sensations from the body. This decision making often have, but is the problem that what often happens unconsciously, and I end up reacting something instead of responding. For example, um, I would like to talk about something from my workplace, that if there is a meeting and I feel my heart beating fast, um, my mouth gets dried up suddenly, even after the 25 years of experience, teaching experience, in working that very same place. And before any such new meeting or new project, a meeting based for the on the for the new project at my workplace, this sensation itself is just that, that's how my body prepares itself. Maybe I haven't taken my breakfast, maybe I am dehydrated, or maybe um, it is generally my preconditioning or the habit of myself that it happens with me before addressing some new people. But what happens, due to some old sanskars, I immediately decide, generally this has happened, so I can see that, oh, I am worried because the people in the meeting, they might judge me, or I just imagine that decided, no, this is going to be really bad. So this decision happens almost automatically without awareness, and suddenly I'm reacting to my own interpretation rather than the simple sensation. And that is how that I can see that things get worse. And I perceive that this is the state of behoshi, which Sharmila Didi generally used to call. I have attended some Hindi sessions also, so I can see clearly that how the things get distorted before me in that state of behoshi, and awareness is giving me great help. Uh, Still, I am aware to get the difference, but still I know that a lot of work is there to be done by me. Uh, as far as the step 4 of the exercise 2 regarding reading sensations is concerned, so I understand that I can read the sensations like warmth, pressure, or pain without becoming them. The sensation is in the body, but I'm separate from him. Yet, in some overpowering emotional state situations, what happens that I often merge with the sensation and lose this clarity. But still, uh, I feel safe that now I UHV content and UHV mentoring is there to hold me up. Step 5, my interaction with the body and with the outside world is always through sensations. I read these sensations and give meanings to them based on my sanskars. Here, I would like to talk about one more example. The day before yesterday only, My principal spoke to me in a slightly dry tone for one of my proposals. Uh, the sound is simply a vibration my ears pick up. That sound, just a physical sensation. But my old Simpson scars immediately jump into the scene and whispering into my ears that, oh, she's angry. She has nothing to do with my hard work. She has nothing to do my passion for work. But last late night only, I came to know that the things were not that way. But only I interpreted them wrongly just because of my assumptions. Actually, that sensation itself was neutral. It's my interpretation that colored my conditioning and that turns into a personal hurt for me for 2 days. And once that meaning is fixed in my mind, my reaction follows automatically. So here also, I can see that I am to work a lot. Uh, I would like to share that when my sanskar is based on assumption, I react. I decide my feelings right or wrong based on external inputs, becoming happy or unhappy depending on what is happening outside me. This is exactly where my deep rooted conditioning shows up most strongly. When my most strongly and in these moments I remain in harmony when my sanskars are based on right understanding. My feelings are natural. I can use external inputs to rightly evaluate the situation. But unfortunately, in the present state of things, these moments are still rare. But those rare moments, they give me a clear direction for my practice. Um, so, remembering this helps me see the body as part of the whole, but making this awareness continuous, I will again say that is still a work in progress and a lot is to be done. Um, in brief, and summing up my observations of these two exercises or my observations, I would say that the core shift is moving from assumption to understand. Now I'm very much clear that how assumption leads to disharmony and understanding leads to uh, harmony. The glimpses I have had of living from understanding are now my guiding light. They show me that how peace, harmony, and happiness are not something I have to chase, they are already there within me. I can see now that happiness is my innate nature. When I'm aligned with right understanding, it flows naturally without any effort. And my work is simply to remain aware so that this natural state becomes constant and consistent. Not the exception, but the way I live every day. And for that, I have to keep practicing, to pause, to observe, to remember that I am the one, to keep remember that I am the one who decides. I am to make the decision with right understanding. Along with attending the morning session, I try my as far as the time as it's been asked in the format that I try my best to spare 30-40 minutes in the evening as my routine allows me for observing my imagination and making journal entries. That is the gift from for me from UHV morning sessions. And although the constant state of observation, I'll again say that is not still there, but now this is becoming my regular habit. And with my personal experience in this interesting journey of self exploration, I feel that UHV content must reach to every single individual. That's why I have decided to volunteer. And I feel that working as volunteer for UHV is also opening many avenues to learn more for myself also, to explore more deeply. And I spend 2 to 3 hours per week for this noble task nowadays. Yeah, I'm blessed to have a UHV family to support me in this journey. And again, I will say that this is how a toddler feels in this journey. Thank you. Thank you, Bhaiya. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much for this detailed sharing. You said you are a toddler, but it doesn't seem so. You have been working with yourself maybe for a short duration, but still that is worth. I think the changes are evident in what you shared right now. Nice, Didi.
Thank you,
Please
Bhaiya.
keep going. Yeah,
Thank
please
you,
keep
Bhaiya.
going.
Thank you. Thank
Whenever you
you.
share something, I could see that I'm also getting connected to what you are telling, that the
Thank
the relatedness is there all the time. So very nice. Now, I request you to share your comments regarding Kiran Didi's sharing. Gopal Bhaiya, over to you.
जी नमस्ते दीदी.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
जी दीदी, it is nice sharing दीदी, and it is good that you are able to see this observation part, and that is the crux of this exercise 1 and 2.
Yes,
So because our mind has become habitual to react,
Bhaiya.
yes, if you observe your mind, you will find a very fixed pattern
Yes, Bhaiya.
of reaction.
Yes, Bhaiya.
So you will see when you are going to office, uh,
Mm.
a very few thoughts will come and engage engage you.
Mm.
When you are
Yes,
coming
Bhaiya.
to home, again fixed thoughts will come and engage you.
Yes, Bhaiya. Yes, Bhaiya. It happens. Yes, Bhaiya.
Ji. When your child is speaking, your thoughts will be one kind. When other child is
Yes.
speaking, your thoughts
Yes.
will be another kind. So our mind has got trained how to
Mm-hmm.
react due to our preconditioning.
Yes, Bhaiya. Yes, Bhaiya. I
So
can
with
see.
this, Ji
Mm.
Didi. So with this observation, we can see this pattern and we can break our pattern. So that's why this observation is very important step
Yes, Bhaiya.
in this whole exercise.
Yes, Bhaiya.
And you are focusing on this, Didi. And that is very important.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
है ना? So nice, Didi. Keep it up. Best wishes from our side.
Thank you.
And we both are in the process. You are also in the process. I am also in the process.
Yes,
है ना?
You're right. Yes, Bhaiya.
जी. And everyone in this session है ना, complimenting each
Yes,
other.
Bhaiya. May
So we need to observe and we need to focus on relationship harmony and coexistence.
Yes,
And our pattern will है ना, break
Surely,
gradually.
surely that. Yes, Bhaiya.
जी जी. Okay,
Thank
Didi.
you, Bhaiya.
Namaste.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Namaste.
Thank you, Gopal Bhaiya, for those comments.